So we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna now jump right into this. As always, if you like what I do, you can check me out on Patreon. And our website, crimetheoriespodcast@gmail.com. We always post everything there as well. So let's get into this. You know who Matthew Perry is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And you know that he passed away recently, right?
Yes.
Good. So there is some theories that are going around saying that maybe Matthew Perry sold his soul to the devil. And that's how he became rich and famous. And that not only was his death because the toxicology report came back. His autopsy report came back the very next day. And they're saying that this guy drowned in his hot tub.
Okay.
No drugs, no nothing, just drowned in his hot tub. Okay. There was people were saying this is kind of an eerie photo. It was on his Instagram of just him and in the hot tub and saying how peaceful it is. But there's some other things that might actually collaborate this theory. So I want you to, one sec, I'm going to have you watch this real quick. It kind of, it hurts the heart. I'll just give you that. I really, you can feel for my live. You what?
You said you're going to make me cry while we're live.
Possibly. It's a possibility. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Okay.
I'm in my life, knelt down and prayed. And that prayer was, please God, make me famous. You can do anything you want to me. Just make me famous.
I just want $1 million.
3 weeks later, I got friends, and God did not forget about the second part. The American dream happened to me. I got the great job. I was good at it. I bought a house. The house had a pool. I had the American dream, and I really, really liked it. Loved it for about 6 months.
I'm Chandler. I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
And then I walked in my house and went, oh man, this is not fixing this problem that I have. How is that possible? Jim Carrey did a really good quote a couple of years ago, a few years ago, and he said, I want everybody to get their dream, all their dreams come true. Everybody, so that they could know that it's not the answer.
If you like this video.
Okay. Oh, let the screen go back. Okay. That's, it's true though. All these things aren't going to make us happy. And he was saying
that when you're rich and famous, you're going to be happier.
Yeah. Well, and he was saying too, he's like, all I actually really wanted was a family and a home, and I didn't have anyone to share this with. And it made me really sad that I didn't have anyone to share this with. But I got what I wanted, right? I asked God and I got what I wanted. Now, before I go any further on this, I want to show you something super creepy. Hold on. All right, the sound's not playing, but this is Doja Cat. And there's the Friends chair. There's the Friends logo in demon, and her dressed like a demon. And the Friends, I don't know why maybe not like but the Friends music.
I can't hear you.
You what?
I can't hear you over the sound. There you go.
I couldn't hear the sound. So weird.
It was playing. I heard it.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear the sound. I was like, I don't know why it's not playing, but it's not playing. Okay, so that's interesting that you can't hear me and that at the same time. Okay, good to know. Because I've done that where I'm talking and okay, now I know. Okay, so well, that's Doja Cat. Obviously, that's the Friends theme song. Obviously, you know, that's Friends spell out in demons. That's the Friends couch. And that's Doja Cat sitting on it, dressed as a demon. Do you know who Doja Cat is?
Yeah.
Okay. So that, and she's deleted all other of her videos. That is the only video that is on her TikTok right now. So there's a theory going around saying that he was actually sacrificed because there's another video of Matthew Perry saying that he was praying to this one God. And then he's like, I started having another spiritual connection and I started actually, you know, finding God and following the Bible. And I mean, I'm not one to preach, like I'm agnostic. So like, but he went that route. And then like a few years later, he is gone. Like he's gone in his hot tub. Okay. So in his hot tub. So there are a few other celebrities that have died in a tub. And they think that this is a ritual, that is a sacrificial ritual to kill someone in their tub. It's kind of weird to me that the autopsy report took 1 day to get back when normally they take months. Unless they hid this for days, for weeks, for months to the public,
Which wouldn't be a surprise too.
Right. So it would be intriguing to see like what they say is their timestamp and everything. They say that the toxology report, because he did have an issue with drugs in the past, there wasn't any drugs in his system. There is that eerie like photo. It's on Instagram of, I think it's taken down now, but it was of him sitting in his hot tub, and it's just like the moonlight. But I'm like, is that really eerie though? Yes, it was posted a few days before he died in that hot tub, so that's where the eerie part is. But I post like pictures of my hot tub, like the sunset in my hot tub all the time. So
I don't think it's eerie.
I think it's eerie that he died in there and that he took that photo. Like, but people are like, oh, did he know? Did he know he was being targeted? Because some people are saying that this whole Doja Cat thing is saying to anyone else that has gone out there and that is thinking about rebelling against this demon, don't.
So are we assuming that she
Sold her soul? Yep. And that he did too.
Which would explain why she posts a lot of like devil demon pictures.
Right? They've been creepy lately.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, you can share your screen if you want.
It's okay.
All right. So, yeah, it's become really kind of creepy and eerie. But also, guess what? Aaron Carter died in his tub.
Aaron who?
Carter?
Oh, okay.
You know who that is?
Yeah, that's who I thought you said, but then I was like, wait a minute, let me double check.
Whitney Houston, Bobby Christine Brown, which is the daughter of Whitney Houston, found both dead in a bathtub. Different years. Jimmy Morrison, Judy Garland, Claudia Francisco also died, all in a tub. Wasn't it Elvis? Elvis died in the bathroom, not in the bathtub, but in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's a lot.
And then I still am okay. So Tim Allen died, right? And they said that he fell and hit his head, and that's how he died in a
I'm getting
hotel
like
room.
a super bad feeling looking at these pictures of Doja Cat.
Share 'em.
How do I?
Go down, and then there's a share screen next to your camera, and there might be a share screen.
It's
Let me
on
make-
my. It's on my computer.
Oh, flip your screen. Flip your phone around.
Okay. The light might be affecting it.
It's okay.
But now I was looking at this one. There's just a lot of
Wow. I mean, that's a totally different Doja
this
Cat.
one right here.
And
Being
for
a
him,
spiritual person myself, this gives me like such an eerie,
gives you an eerie
nauseous,
feeling. Huh?
nauseous feeling. Like I feel nauseated.
So, what's really creepy about this? I mean, the fact that he's like, he switched over and said, I gave myself to God, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. I think Whitney Houston did the same thing.
It'd be
So
interesting to double check that because, yeah, like all of these pictures, I'm just not.
It's crazy, huh?
It's more crazy the way that I feel about it. Like my gut feeling about this is
Just
not.
like flops, huh?
It makes me nauseated, and usually, like being super spiritual and stuff like that is. This is such bad vibes, bad energy. And I don't think she started off that way.
She didn't. If you search for like when she started off, like they're totally different. It's like a different person.
Beginning of her career. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Way different. She's got like the goddess type vibe right there. I
Do
realize
you have
a lot
a
of
different feeling like when you see that versus?
I'm not nauseated right now. My nausea just completely went away.
Interesting.
And I get like heavy heart feelings when it comes to negative energy and vibes. So, and seeing that picture, it's like instant. No. And this one,
Yeah.
it is
So-
scary though, the difference in looking at just the pictures.
Right? The fact that the pictures can give you such a big difference, like in just feeling. You know?
I don't. And this is her new song that came out.
I haven't heard it.
This is just the images of the new song.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh my god. I can't even look at that, dude.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm gonna.
Ugh. Like, get it off. Like, get it off my screen. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's go back to looking at beautiful Matthew Perry. That energy.
See, and the fact that he said, God, like, you can do anything to me. So, like, here's the thing is, I think, too, there's good and there's bad spirits out there, and they will take advantage of that. And you know what? Some of the bad ones are listening. Even when you think that you're praying to something good, you're like, oh, yay, it's giving me what I want.
God and the devil, right? The devil is always there. Every time you're praying, and the devil attacks you at tenfold, especially when you're spiritual. Like, I've been doing a lot of tarot readings, obviously, lately, and watching a lot of different readers on YouTube, and I only watch the readers that are also godly. So I don't watch like the witchy type stuff. I'm not about that. But when she was doing a live the other day, this person came in, and almost immediately she got like kicked off of TikTok. She got kicked off of Instagram, like, and everything was all fuzzy, and it's creepy when there's bad energy and you can feel it
Yeah.
through the electronic.
Right. Like through the
And she
the
even
camera.
came back on like 30, 45 minutes later, and she's like, I don't know whose energy this is, but get out of my stuff. Get off. Get out of here.
Out of here.
Like, somebody is interfering. Somebody doesn't want my readers to listen to what I have to say. And it's just it's a big spiritual, because obviously the whole point in the devil is that it interferes with. Why is my microphone on?
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic was on my computer. I don't
You're good.
understand what that was. That's the scary part, though, and I feel like the more advanced you get in your spiritual journey and your spiritual awakening, the harder these things like attack you.
So I agree. And I don't know. I'm not going to go full into this because I have unless you have time. I don't think you have full time right now because it's going to take a bit. But you do know that. Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can go on to this. Do you know of the David Danny Masterson case?
No.
Do you know who he is?
No.
That 70s show.
I am absolutely terrible at names. I do faces. I'm one of those people that you have to tell me your name like at least a good 20 times before I remember it.
Okay, so
what is it?
Danny Masterson on that 70s show.
Got it. Okay.
So he recently has he's going through trial right now because he some girls are claiming look, you sexually abused me and this is not okay. And then Ashton Kutcher and Mia Kunis, who were on the show as well,
reacted to Danny Masterson's 30-year prison sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he got sentenced to 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So he just we'll go over this, but they sent out a letter, Ashton Kutcher and Mia Kunis, who are married now, sent out a letter to the judge saying what good character he was and did a character letter, right? And then they obviously didn't think that was going to get leaked out, and it did. And then they do this little BS apology, which it's really sad because I believed in Ashton Kutcher because he founded
Ashton does a lot of the anti-child sex abuse stuff.
Yeah. But he's also been linked to Danny Masterson and Scientology, and this whole might be a whole bad energy.
Ashton resigned as chairman of the board of Thorn.
Yep, of Thorn.
Due to
which
backlash.
It really, really made me sad. But okay, so I have a whole thing written up here, so I'm gonna just kind of read through my notes here. And then if I can find some clips real quick, I'll grab those too. But this is, all right. So just to recap on the Danny Masterson. So, and I wrote this a while ago. I think I wrote it before his full sentencing. So I've just been trying to collect as much evidence as I can because I want to be correct on this.
Right.
just because it is such a big case. So I might not have everything because I've been working on this for like 2-3 weeks. So like I started this post in October 23rd. So, you know, it's been a little bit. So Danny Masterson. So, you know, he's been on television for 25 years now. And these women have said that, you know what, he's been secretly attacking many more women than you've heard about in the mainstream media. And there's a lot of discussion that none of his victims said anything for over 20 years. And now that they're like accusing him out of the blue with no evidence, but I mean, honestly, that can't be further than the truth. Honestly, Masterson is a lifelong member. So he was born into Scientology, and Scientology has alleged not only been aware of these attacks, but they've been pressuring the victims not to contact authorities. So when you're in Scientology, you are told that whatever happens to you, you deserve that. You must have done something wrong for you to deserve that. You get what you deserve. The universe gives you what you deserve. And my battery's gonna die, so hold up. So that's how they think about this. They think about it as you get what you deserve. So if someone sexually assaults you, guess what? You deserved it. You must have done something. Must have been putting pictures of you in your pajama pants, and so then you deserve for someone to come over and attack you.
Yeah, we're getting deep on that one, aren't we?
Yeah. So just to give a little background of Scientology too. So Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have not stated that they are Scientologists, but there's pictures of them at Scientology events, like with David Masterson. So they've been there as guests and have debated on being with Scientology. So there is a connection to Scientology, even if they're not saying that they're full members. They still have been around that a lot and are obviously like condoning that, condoning like that lifestyle. Okay, so
I will say that being a sexual assault survivor myself, it is nice that they actually got to tell their story for the victims.
Right.
Because
Finally.
a lot of times it doesn't get to court.
Right.
What if you look up, it was like 4 out of 10 actually go to trial.
Yeah.
And the conviction rate is only, I think it was 7% when I looked it up.
Yeah. So, and like, okay, this might be in my notes somewhere down the line, but I just remembered this. So it's really kind of disgusting. And let's see if I can find the clip here, or if you can search for it. See if you can find this. See if you can find the clip of Danny Masterson. Well, actually, it was Ashton Kutcher talking about Danny Masterson, talking about making out with Mila Kunis on camera while she's 14. She's 14. And saying how hot she is. And saying how hot she is. And saying like that she should like make out with him. And then she comes on and says like, yeah, that was my first kiss. And he's like, no, it wasn't. And he's trying to push it off as it wasn't a big deal. See if you can find that clip for me. Yeah, it'd be nice. I can have you here. So it's like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis talking about their first kiss. Because she was 14 and she had never been kissed before, and he was 19. And then they did it on set. On set. So not only, did they do this on set, the whole camera crew saw and did nothing, and then they published it on TV and called it a skit. And she's married to him right now. So in her defense, I'm honestly, she's part of the victim here. Like, I feel like, she's been dealing with this since she was 14. You know what I mean? So, okay. So if you find that clip, let me know. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to talk a little bit more here.
Go ahead. I'm just reading up on it while also listening to you at the same time.
So the Church of Scientology alleged, they're like, we didn't know that these attacks were being pursued in a violent manner. But the thing is they don't think of it like that. They don't think of it like that. So, and so Dennis Masterson was finally charged with these attacks. So of 3 women have come out, and despite the fact that Masterson has 3 siblings that are famous celebrities who appear in huge TV shows as well. So Masterson trial, despite the hundreds of articles and dozens of interviews, his trial barely got any coverage, which is insane to me. Like, it's insane. And they were like, nope, no cameras. Like, we're not going to do. Here's the thing to me. Like, if you are innocent, why not have the cameras in there and see everything, you know? Like, I've got nothing to hide. Let's go ahead and get the cameras rolling here. But the fact that his trial was even going wasn't very publicized very much by the media, which to me is also sus. Like, why aren't you having this publicized to the media when this is huge? Like, did you get paid off? Are you getting paid off to like not cover this? So it's no secret that Scientology has tons of money too. So all right. So I lost my spot again. So barely any coverage. I mean, and then all of a sudden, overnight, people are like, "Oh wait, he's in jail," and then Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher actually wrote the letter. So they called him trustworthy friend that they would leave their own young child alone with. And then in this video, they were then they apologized. They came back and apologized and said, "Nope, we don't condone sexual violence towards anyone or anything like that. We were just, kind of like just helping out a friend." But like, dude, if you are the co-founder of Thorn that does this against children, and then you say that you're gonna leave your own kid with someone who is being charged with sexual assault, not cool. No. Not at all. Hello, my 2 favorite ladies. Oh, thank you. Okay. Sorry, I pushed the back button, so now it went back. If you could also find the video that their apology, that should be easy enough to find too. That'd be awesome.
I feel like I need to sage after this. Do a cleanse. Everything I'm reading is just.
I know, it's crazy, huh? I mean, okay, so with the Danny Masterson trial and the aftermath and the fallout with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, so cameras were not allowed in the courthouse, which, like, I'm just like, if cameras are not allowed, like, that to me always says something sketchy is going on. I mean, I actually found it. So there's a Delphi case. You guys have heard of that? The actual state-appointed attorneys said, yes, let's put freaking cameras in here. Let's let everyone see. And I was like, holy crap, that is awesome. So anyway, I'll get into that a little bit later. But all right, so Scientology doesn't want you to know that, including some old interviews and comments that were clearly taken in, the new light of the Masterson charges, in mind, like, you know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to sit back. Let's dive into the real life crime and trials of this Hollywood monster who almost got away with it. So Danny Masterson ended up getting the job. And okay, so this is actually, this is a quote. This is a quote from one of the interviews. So Danny Masterson said, I ended up getting the job. And I don't know, yeah, she was hot. You know, come on. Forcing even hotter, but I'm not allowed to technically say that. But hi, my name is Danny Masterson. Would you like to touch my balls? And then Mia Kunis, why are you asking me to do that? Is the more question. I mean, you've got them, right? You can touch them yourself. And then Danny Masterson said, I've heard about you, and you will be caught soon. You will be caught up in this delicious life I can give you. So that's something that Danny Masterson said on an interview to Mia Kunis. Okay, hold up. I have a whole bunch on here, like about like his career and stuff, but I just want to get down to the nitty gritty. So there seemed to be like a lot of inappropriate behavior that was behind the scenes of that 70s show. And it appears in particular that, you know what, there was a lot to do with Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. Like at the same time, like, you know, even Miller joked with the boys on the show, did joke around her quite a bit over the years, with growing up, saying like, yeah, she's like just a hot piece of meat. She's jailbait. And let's see, Danny Matheson saying, yeah, really, really hot, but you would look hot in a bikini. And she would go ahead and say, I don't feel very hot. Thank you, I guess. Like, I mean, he's the oldest, dude. He was 23. He was 14. 14. And then they go ahead. So the whole thing with this kiss, all right? So the whole thing, Hollywood knew, obviously, inappropriate happening. So her first kiss with Ashton Kutcher is when she was 14. He was 18. So, and they recounted the story in an interview on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Oh yeah. So he says what's funny is when she was 14, we started the show. I was like 19, right? And they were like, okay guys, you're gonna be making out in the scene. And I'm thinking like, that's probably like your first kiss ever, right? And then she's like, yeah, it was my first kiss. And my first kiss was forced on me. And then Danny heard about our first kiss and he was like, well, we better make it your first kiss off screen so that you're a little bit better. So we need to have like a second or third kiss before you do the scene on show. And then Ashton was talking about how attractive he was to her, but he was scared for his life because she was only 14. And then Danny Masterson goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you just like French her right now and stick your tongue in her mouth. And then he's like, no, dude, more like $20. And he's okay. And then he's sitting right next to her doing an interview on the Rosie O'Donnell show and makes out with her. That was her first kiss. Her first kiss was him shoving tongue down her throat because they were going to do it later of them making out.
And I think it's important to note that this happens to a lot of child stars and actors.
Yeah. The thing that I don't, well, we need child actors. Here's the thing, there's actually quite a few different adults that have had whatever happened to them that they still look like kids or they look young enough.
I think in general, when we're portraying sexual scenes with teenagers or young kids, even if it's acting, is just inappropriate. What example are we showing for our kids?
Yeah, you're shocked. I got a shocked emoji here. Yeah, see, you know, I was just shocked too. The thing is these interviews are out there. They're out there. I gotta find them. We gotta find them. But yeah, they're out there. But yeah, I think a lot of it. But the thing is now, I think that instead of like it being like child movie stars that this is happening to, now happening to child YouTubers and child Instagrams by their own parents, which is even more fucked up. Like, okay, I asked my kids, can I take a picture of you? And then I asked them, can I post it? I don't post, like, there's hardly anything of my son because he doesn't want to be posted. So I save it all in my own.
A lot of kids, you have to watch where your kids go for even birthday parties or sleepovers, because there's a lot of kids that have TikTok. And I got upset. My kids have phones, but they don't use TikTok. They are only allowed to make phone calls to certain people on there. And
yeah,
it's important to note too that when you are taking your kids to a birthday party or a sleepover or anything, you have to have that discussion with the person's parents. Because my daughter went and stayed the night at someone's house and didn't know that the kid had TikTok, and she was making TikTok videos all night of them dancing the songs. And I found out the next morning because my daughter's like, oh, we made TikTok videos last night. They're so cool. And they were appropriate. However, just the fact that my daughter was posted online
without her
consent
or your consent,
my consent, I was livid. And
I would have been
had her remove the videos, like the other parent. I was like, that is not okay. My kids are not, you know, I don't do that.
Right. And I think first of all too, it's just common courtesy.
But it's becoming normal. It's becoming so normal that they don't even think about it. And she was like, I didn't even think to ask. She felt bad about it. She was like, I'm so sorry. Okay. I didn't even think to ask. Obviously, those that know me know that I have domestic violence in my past. So I'm very careful about what I post about my kids, period. Right. Ever. And especially from other people's accounts, like even my own family, they're not allowed to post pictures of kids unless I tell them they can. So, but people, it's just becoming more and more normal. And that's the scary part. I mean, even when I host birthday parties for my kids, Cheese birthday party, the amount of parents that just like came and dropped their kids off, didn't leave contact information.
Don't even think about it.
They don't even think about it. And that's scary. Like when my kids are invited to birthday parties, I go and I'll sit like in the corner and just supervise, but I'm there. I'm not just dropping my kid off at Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party with someone I don't even know, that I don't even have their phone number. That to me is terrifying.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I feel that. I'm just like, don't.
It's just sad because the kids that grow up and are child stars or child actors, like that's their normal. And they probably don't even realize until later that these things
and they don't even know. They're like, oh yeah. big facts. I can't trust the kids' games anymore, Roblox or Minecraft. Because we just had someone here in God, so we had someone that met a person on Roblox, and they met up in person and almost got kidnapped.
And I have these discussions with my kids. I don't know about most parents, but I'm the kind of parent that it's like, look, you have to be careful because this, and this can happen. Like, this is the reality of what can happen. My kids are very much like me, where they're social butterflies and they talk to everybody. So even when we go to the stores or we're at the playground, like, they are the little social butterflies. And I had to explain to them, you know, you don't run off with anybody else. You make sure you stay in eye contact with me. For a while there, my daughters would wear, you know, those like backpacks with the strings. Mm-hmm. They're like the backpack with the leash. You know, my kids would wear those when they played on the playground with each other, buddy system. And people looked at me like I was crazy, but I'm like, you know what? My kid's not going to be the one that is going to wander off with someone because they got their sibling right there.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I told you this, but the other day, we were at, like, you know, a jump place, like they, you know, have the jumping things and whatever. And I was sitting there. I'm sitting there on the couch. I let them go because Chris is 13. He can watch his sister, and they're okay. And I'm right there. I can see the door. There's only one door in and out, you know. So I'm like, okay. I'm sitting there. I'm watching them, and then I hear this mom. She's talking to her son, saying that she'll be back in 2 hours. That she's gonna go shopping and her kids. And I'm just like, what? If I heard that and I was a sexual, I was a predator, all I'd have to do is make sure that you left, because I watched, she freaking left, go up, found out the kid's name because she said it, and be like, oh my gosh, your mom was in an accident. We need to go. We need to go save her. You think that a 9-year-old is
going to be anxious, paranoid, freaking out. Oh my God, my mom is hurt.
And grab all of his siblings, and they're all going to go, and they're not going to scream about it.
Yeah. Safe words.
I was like,
this is where safe words come into play. So your kid's having a designated, I don't know, like pineapple, something that if there is an emergency and someone does come up to them, they know a specific word that you have told that person. You know?
Yep.
So the kids know it's real, but
definitely. Yep. That comes into play. But I'm like they might not even be thinking about that because their mind is just, oh no, my mom's in trouble.
I think if you have enough conversations with them about it,
you know,
and you put it out there so openly on, like, this is how people get, people lure in kids.
They've actually, so there's been a few studies done, right? And they like say, okay, like, you know, you've had these conversations with your kids, like, don't meet up with yours, you know, all this, and then they set them up. They set these kids up with their parents' knowledge, and a lot of them get in cars with strangers they met online or just someone that said something to them in the store. It's scary. Because if you think about it, like, in that moment, you're not thinking straight. You're probably not thinking, oh yeah, what's my thing? What's the word that they're supposed to use? What, like, unless you're as paranoid as I am. I remember one time my mom didn't come pick me up, and it was snowing. It was like crazy snowing. And this one woman said, hey, I'm picking up all these other kids. Your mom told me to come get you. And I was like, what's the safe word? I didn't know it. And then I get home to my mom, and my mom said, oh yeah, well, you go with so-and-so. I was like, because it didn't work. There's a reason. But I I'm super anxious like that. So it really depends on the
I was always
child's
like that.
personality too, I think.
I grew up watching CSI. That was my favorite TV show. So
Yeah.
I was always super anxious and paranoid about things.
Yeah. See, so I think it depends on like the child too. Okay, so I did find the video of them talking about their first kiss. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Hold on.
We get sidetracked a lot.
It's okay. I can chop it up.
You can what?
Maybe. Let's hold on. Let me try playing it. I don't even think you can hear me right now, can you?
I can.
Am I even sure?
It seems like it's delayed. You're all fuzzy.
No. Wait. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What the hell just happened?
Now I can't. It seems like you're delayed.
Am I delayed?
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm trying to get. I moved it over to YouTube. Now I'm trying to see if it will play.
Okay.
Hold up. Come on. Why are you doing this? I don't know.
Interesting.
Come on. Okay.
I'm turning off my camera real quick.
I don't
I'll be right back.
know what's up with that. That does not want to share. Here, let's stop the stream and I'm gonna reset and we'll go back. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.